Very exciting afternoon. So I would like to now introduce from the Consorci Zona Franca, discussing the motor of economic and social development, Real Estate Director for Consorci Zona Franca. A big warm welcome for Francisco Sensat Vilarumiu.
Thank you. Okay. Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here to listen to this presentation. During the next 20 minutes, I'm going to talk about the Consorcio from la Zona Franca de Barcelona and its role as an economic and social driving force in Barcelona. I will review the implication of El Consorci since its beginning, just 100 years ago, and how today, in 2016, El Consorci can collaborate with your industry. I hope that after my presentation, you will understand what El Consorci is doing in this fair and this exhibition of the 3D industry. El Consorci is a governmental institution belonging to the Spanish government and the Barcelona City Council. We have two management entities. One is the Plenary Council, whose president is the Mayor of Barcelona, Ms. Ada Colau, and the Executive Committee, whose president is Mr. Jordi Cornet, the Special State Delegate at the Consorci de la Zona Franca, nominated by the Treasury Minister. Let's take a look at our management model. There is a key factor that differentiates El Consorci from other government institutions. This is that we don't receive any kind of subsidy from any public administration budget, not from the central government, not from the Barcelona City Council. This means that we have to manage and invest our financial resources with private company criteria, but always seeking a double goal, the economic profitability and the social profitability. A good example of what I mean by social profitability is that many times when there is a need in the city for a real estate transformation and there is no private investors willing to do it, it's the Consorcio who invests and transform the city. This happened, for example, when we transformed the glorious circus and the glorious commercial center, shopping center, and the opening of the Diagonal in Barcelona. But what do we do at the Consorci? Let's take a look at our activity. Our main activity is the management of the Zona Franca industrial estate. It's an area of 6 million square meters in the city of Barcelona, where more than 300 companies are established under long-term lease contracts. We also have done and we are doing other industrial real estate developments around Catalonia. In the city of Barcelona, we have developed office and R+D+I buildings, as well as housing promotion. Regarding the fairs, El Consorci organizes since 18 years ago the Barcelona Meeting Point, the exhibition for real estate industry, as well as the International Logistic Fair that is basically specialized in logistic and transport activity. Both fairs are a reference in the south of Europe. Today, El Consorci is also giving support and collaborating with the organization of this exhibition for the 3D industry. The evolution of El Consorci has been always linked to the evolution of the economy and the industrial and technological innovation in Barcelona. But let's go back to our beginning. It was in October 1916, 100 years ago from now, when a group of businessmen and the City Council of Barcelona decided to create a consortium to build a free zone warehouse in Barcelona to support the commerce with foreign countries. Since then, El Consorci has been devoted to helping the development of trade and economic activity in Barcelona. During the first years, and in 1916, the first step was to construct and develop this building that we can see here. It was our first headquarters, that it was a free zone warehouse. It was dedicated for food, like cereals, coffee, corn, and also cars and truck stores. During this time, a project for a construction of a free zone port was developed, but finally it was refused due to the cost of the investment needed. In 1927, El Consorci signed an agreement with Ford Motor Companies in order to be the distribution center for all the cars and spare parts of Ford in the Mediterranean countries. At this time also, the land grab started in the Zona Franca area just to reconvert all the agricultural land that was there then for industrial land. And in the 50s, at the end of the 50s, is when the Seat factory decided to be established in the Zona Franca real estate, industrial estate. Thanks to this establishment of the Seat factory and different automotive and chemical industries, the urbanization of Zona Franca industrial estate was complete, and many other companies of different sectors were established here. During the period of the mid-70s to the end of the 20th century, El Consorci expanded its activities in Zona Franca industrial estate, from Zona Franca industrial estate, to the city of Barcelona and around Catalonia. We developed the Zona Franca free zone, different office buildings in industrial areas. We start with the trade shows like Seal and Meeting Point. We developed the Gloria's shopping center and many other investments. Since year 2000, we invest in many development of office and R+D+A buildings, and we also initiated housing development. Nowadays, we are reinvesting in the Zona Franca industrial estate to improve our facilities. So, what are today's figures? After these 100 years, we now have promoted the Zona Franca industrial estate with 6 million square meters of land, 5.8 million in different business and industrial parks around Catalonia, and 83,000 square meters in office and R+D+I buildings. Today, we are working in the development of 164,000 square meters for residential land in the city of Barcelona, and around 3.7 million square meters in new industrial estate developments in Catalonia. In Zona Franca industrial estate, we have currently established more than 300 companies that are giving employment to more than 60,000 people. And they generate an aggregate economic activity of 21 billion euros. This is around the 15.2% of Barcelona metropolitan area GDP, at 2.1% of the Catalonian GDP, and around the 0.4% of Spanish GDP. We have also around 100 tenants in our different buildings for office and R+D+I. Here you can see some examples of the projects we have developed in the recent years. Some of them have been sold to investors or to companies, others we still manage under rental conditions. We can see the Barcelona Biomedical Research Park that we sold in 2006, the Blood and Tissue Bank leased in 2012 and sold in 2014. And the Diagonal 00 building, is the headquarters for Telefónica in Catalonia. Nexus building, together with the Polytechnical University of Catalonia, and the CAC building at the 22@ Technological District of Barcelona. Now I would like to explain how El Consorci can collaborate with your industry, the 3D industry. Until now, I just talked about the history of El Consorci, but you are probably asking yourself, what is El Consorci doing in this 3D industry exhibition? Or what can El Consorci do for your company? Well, the first thing we are doing here is giving support to this initiative from Fira de Barcelona, the Generalitat and the City Council, because I've seen before, El Consorci has always been supporting the economic growth and technological innovation in Barcelona. On the other hand, we understand that the 3D industry is just beginning, and we believe that it has such a potential of growth that in the very short term, companies like yours will require new facilities to establish your activities. And this is the point where we can help as a real estate provider. We can provide your industry with facilities and the rental contracts, whether you need industry plots to construct your own facilities, or you need industry premises in strategic locations, or just off-field facilities. So you need to establish your industry in a large industrial space. We can offer long-term lease contracts for industrial plots at the industrial area estate at Zona Franca, in which you can construct your own premises with a turnkey project. Today we have plots available from 4,000 square meters. Take in consideration that Zona Franca industrial estate is one of the largest and most dynamic industrial areas in Spain, with more than 300 companies related with automotive industry, chemical industry, food industry, as well as logistic and other sectors. But if at the beginning of the development of your companies, you just need a small premise or office, we have space available from 64 square meters at the CEPI building, just at the entrance of the Zona Franca industrial estate. And also in the same area, we can offer premises from 335 square meters in the industrial building at Carrer Motors in L'Hospitalet. The strategic location of both buildings, close to the industries at Zona Franca industrial estate, and linked to downtown with public transport, with metro and bus, together with the appropriate rent conditions, will be an excellent choice to establish your companies. Well, we have other available office space in other buildings, but I'm sure that the kind of premises your industry needs is that kind of industrial building. Just to finish, I would like to point out the possible interest in your companies to market your products and services in the exhibition we organize every year in Barcelona, the Barcelona Meeting Point and this International Logistics Fair. In those exhibitions, all the chief executives of the companies of each sector will be there. And this could be a great opportunity for you to show what the 3D industry could do to improve their businesses. Now, please allow me to show you during a 5 minutes or 6 minutes DVD summarizing the consortium. The video, please.
Why do some cities progress more than others? What are the reasons that lead the most innovative companies to settle here? Founded in 1916, almost 100 years ago, El Consorci de la Zona Franca has been promoting and encouraging innovative projects in real estate, logistics and technology sectors. Nowadays, its activity is not only centered in the free zone, but extends to all Barcelona, its metropolitan area, and Catalonia's strategic locations. Zona Franca, the free zone, close to the port of Barcelona, is currently one of the most dynamic industrial areas in Europe and one of the best connected in the world. City connections will increase even more. There are 6 million square meters of economic activities, such as Zona Franca Aduanera, customs-free zone, is the first logistics Mediterranean area free of taxes for commodities and traffic. The logistics park is a clear reference for a new generation of logistics platforms. Besides ZF Industrial Estate and next to Barcelona Airport, El Consorci developed with Iberia a maintenance hangar for aeroplanes, the first in Catalonia for commercial aircrafts. And this only refers to what we have been doing lately. In the near future, Zona Franca will undergo the most significant change in its history. 22-AT project will transform 440,000 meters squared next to Mercabana to meet the growing needs of food operators. Industrial estates such as Parc Tecnològic del Vallès in Cerdanyola, Granollers Montmeló, Barberà del Vallès, Santa Margarida II Commercial Park in Terrassa, Domenys in Vilafranca del Penedès, Constantí, Òdena, Pla de Santa Maria in Tarragona, Callús in el Bages, Bellpuig in Lleida, and Can Guitart in Terrassa. Here are some of El Consorci's projects to develop Catalonia in the future, part of them constructed, others under development or only in the planning stage. They are high-technology industrial areas with excellent communications and spaces for shared use. Logistics, technological and real estate sectors meet in the international trade fairs organized by El Consorci, such as Saló Internacional de la Logística, SIL or SIL, or Barcelona Meeting Point. El Consorci has been transforming the 22-AT technology district for years. Some important projects have already settled in it. The Centre Comercial Glorias, the Poblenou Urban Industrial Park, the Forum Office Building, and the Barcelona Biomedical Research Park. El Consorci is cooperating with Barcelona City Council in the execution of important town planning and residential projects, such as Sant Andreu, an outstanding makeover for this neighborhood. This ancient quarter will turn into more than 100,000 square meters of new green zones, residential areas and facilities. El Consorci is contributing to develop a new neighborhood next to the Zona Franca, La Marina del Prat Vermell, covering an area as big as 40 blocks of the Eixample district. Strategically located and with excellent communications, the City of Mollet project is an example of a new real estate concept. The institution has developed a series of buildings to stimulate R&D. One of these is Eureka, which hosts some research units of the Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona in the Bellaterra campus. In addition to the existing Nexus 1 and Nexus 2 research buildings linked to the Universitat Politècnica de Catalunya, El Consorci has recently built in the 22 At district the Banc de Sang i Teixits, a public reference centre for blood and human tissue donation, analysis and treatment, and for cellular therapy. Destined to house new knowledge technology companies, MediaTek building a highly distinctive project, it stands out as a contribution to sustainable architecture. El Consorci has been the developer of the Telefonica headquarters in Catalonia. This 24-story building with several R&D departments is based at the intersection of the Diagonal with the sea. It becomes a new icon of the most avant-garde Barcelona. El Consorci believes in Barcelona, in its companies and in its future. El Consorci de la Zona Franca de Barcelona will bring businesses to life.
Well, thank you very much for your attention. And please remember that anytime you request a real estate solution for your companies, you can count with El Consorci. We have spent 100 years giving support to the industry and new technology in Barcelona, and we pretend to continue much more years doing it. Thank you very much.